Here's the thing, you have to make a true commitment to yourself first. People have to see that. They gotta trust it, they gotta believe it. The game of building a big business is a game of confidence. The faster you can take action, get a better result, the more confidence you have to take faster action to get a better result. Does that make sense? But if you're standing there using her analogy and you're looking up and you're going, man, it's so far away. It's just so overwhelming, it's so heavy. It looks so dangerous, it's so hard. That loss of momentum and that overwhelm is the thing that's pulling you off target versus one step at a time. Keep my head down, one step at a time. Connect to somebody that knows what they're doing and trust them. It's the hardest thing in business. And it's hard then for you to turn around to your team behind you and go, now you need to trust me. If you're the Lone Ranger, it's another Maxwell quote, if you're the Lone Ranger and you're like, I'm doing everything myself, it's easy for your team not to trust you when they know your failures and they're not seeing the business grow. You understand that? What happens when good people see the business is no longer growing and they see that you can't see your blind spots? What do any high quality person do at that point? They leave. And then you can say, my best people left. Well, your best people left because you weren't the best leader. Because great people don't leave great leaders. Does that make sense? They've moved outside of your lid for a variety of reasons. So this program is to help you through that. Here's the thing, you have to make a true commitment to yourself first. People have to see that. They gotta trust it, they gotta believe it, and then be an example. This is why when John says you gotta tell your team where your holes are, where your blind spots are, because they already know it. And if you don't acknowledge that you have them, how can you possibly hold them accountable for theirs? You guys get that? I can't sit down with you and say, look, you have some blind spots, Al, and I wanna talk to you about it. If you're looking at me going, man, you got so many blind spots that I'd like to tell you too, but I work for you, so I can't. That's what he's thinking while you're talking. So if you can go in and say, you know, Al, I learned something about myself. I learned I have these blind spots. And my guess, you already knew. But here's what I see them to be. And I share that with you. Now I can say, I am making a commitment to work on my blind spots. And I really love working with you, but you also have some blind spots. And I noticed that I wasn't looking at mine, so I couldn't see yours. But now I see yours, and that's identified that I see mine. I'd like to work with you to fix our blind spots. Would you be willing to do that? So that's what a leader does with their team.